So I am 27 years old. I'm not married. I have no kids, and I am single. And for some reason, that makes the people around me feel like maybe I am not normal, something is wrong with me. Come on, Lisa, the biological clock is kicking. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, get married already, pop those kids. Guys, this topic is actually very sensitive, and today I actually want us to talk about this whole having kids and probably not even wanting to have kids, because let's face the reality, not everyone wishes to have kids. Sometimes it's society imposing this pressure and these fantasies onto us. I don't know if I should call them fantasies, but in reality, most of the times, especially ladies, most of them don't actually want to have kids, and I feel that is okay. That is okay. What's up, my loves? Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For this one, my name is Lisa. I do story times, girl talks, vlogs. I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I do a little bit of everything interesting, basically. So if you're not yet subscribed, I would actually appreciate it so much if you hit the subscribe button, because I'm very sure after watching this video you're gonna like what you see. And also, guys, give me a thumbs up, share this video with all your loved ones, and yeah, let's keep it rolling. Anyways, without wasting time, let's get right into this video. Let's go. Guys, I'm sure it's not a secret that I am 27 years old. Like, I don't lie about my age. I am in my late 20s, basically. I just turned 27 last month, and yeah, for some reason that age came with a lot of expectations, especially from the people around me, my co-workers, my friends, who feel that now that they have kids, they are more mature than me. I don't know, sometimes you could be age mates, but when someone gets kids, for some reason they think they are more mature than you, they are more developed than you. Generally, society in general feels like the biological clock is ticking. And guys, there is nothing I hate like like someone reminding me about this whole biological clock. And when you clock 35, you're not going to, like, your chances of fertility are going to be so low, and you are a high risk mother. Don't you think we know all that? I personally, I am a medic, guys. I am a medic, a certified medic at that. I understand the biology, the anatomy of the body. Like, I know all these things of high risk, mothers and the biological clock. But am I going to, rush into something simply because of the biological clock? No. I am not just going to rush to go and get a kid simply because, oh, now you're 27, you're almost approaching your 30s, and you have to beat time and actually get pregnant. Guys, like, honestly, that is not the kind of life I want for myself. And I feel there is a lot of entitlement these days in society, especially with the people around us. People are very comfortable, with giving their opinions on your life. Like, people are so comfortable with just throwing out, their opinions and telling you to have kids already and get married. Mania, you're getting so old. Mama, like, how, like, I don't get how people are so confident in, approaching someone and being like, what, I think you should already have a kid, like, time is going. Like, really, are you even listening to yourself? Like, you sound very ridiculous. Get out of people's uteruses, like, get out of people's wombs. It is just not ethical. Like, raised y'all? You don't know what people are battling with, honestly. Like, if we are being real, it's not that everyone wants to have kids. And I'm going to tell you guys a story. At my workplace, right, I think I am the only girl, the only lady that doesn't have kids, the only one that has not yet given birth. And I just feel it's a lot of pressure. Like, each time I am at that office, someone has to bring up a conversation about, Lisa, when are you having kids? Like you're already mature. Like, when are you popping kids? Get kids already. And I always look at these guys like, is that all you have to worry about? My life? Like, why are you so concerned about me having kids? Like, why are you so worried about my life and how time is going? And focus on you, focus on your uterus. Like, if you feel you want kids, pop them kids yourself. Like, why do you have to project to me and tell me to have kids? I will have kids in due time. And it's funny because I had to tell them, guys, what if I don't want to have kids? Like, maybe I don't want to have kids. What are you going to do about it? If I genuinely never want to have kids, what are you going to do about it? And they all went on this, circus of, no, that is very selfish of you to say, like, you have to have kids. And honestly, it was very funny because I looked at these adults that are very much invested in in my life and my uterus and me having kids, and honestly, it was just so funny and ridiculous, like very ridiculous. And I say this to say that, guys, not everyone, I for one, of course I'm going to have kids, God willing. Like, if God put it in my life path that I have to have kids, I will have them kids. Do I love kids? Oh God, I adore kids. I love kids so much, but I'm just not ready. Like, guys, I'm just not ready. Everyone has their own timeline where they feel like, okay, now I am ready for a kid, and I am just not there yet. We all are not going to have these kids at the same age, in the same time. Like, our lives are different, our goals are different, we see life differently, guys. Like, everyone has a different plan for their souls, right? And even if I say that, okay, now I want to have kids, if God says this is not the time for you to have kids, I won't have those kids. Because let's be honest, there are women that actually love kids, they actually want to get pregnant right now, like in this very moment, but they can't have them kids. And you guys are always pressuring them, like society is always, asking them why they have not yet given birth and blah blah blah. And honestly, you don't know if this woman has had several miscarriages. You don't know if she has tried different treatments just to get pregnant and it has all been in vain. Like, sometimes you just have to keep your thoughts and your opinions to yourself. Like, you don't know the trauma you're causing people, honestly. And I feel all this entitlement and you feeling you have a right to tell someone to get pregnant, like, please stay out of people's wombs. It is just very unethical. You look, I don't know, like, it just makes you look so weird as a person. Like, why are you so much worried about some other person's womb? You don't know the struggles people go through. Some ladies are actually looking for kids and they have failed to get these kids, but you're always asking them, oh my God, you're already 30, you're in your late 20s, how comes you don't have kids? How comes you don't have kids yet? Don't you see your friends? Like, all your friends already have kids. And you know what's funny? Most of the times, people will push you to have kids even before they advocate for marriage. And that is the funny thing. Why, if anything, and even when it comes to marriage, I'm not saying you should, pressure people to get married, but why do you advocate so much for people having kids, but you don't advocate so much for holy marriages? Because I personally, honestly, and I pray that God listens to my prayer. Guys, I don't want to become a baby mama. I don't want, and I'm not coming for anyone who is a baby mama. Don't get me wrong. Of course, I know no one wants to be a baby mama. Every woman's dream is to, be a girlfriend, date, be a wife, then a mother, right? That's what we all want for ourselves. But life is just life, and sometimes things don't go as planned. And I'm just speaking for myself, right? Like, I wouldn't want to become a baby mama. So before you even ask me about where is the baby, first pray for me to actually get a man that is worth being a husband, a man that is going to wife me up, because I don't want to just be a baby mama. I'm not just a childbearing machine, honestly. And I feel that is why most ladies are actually depressed, because society just pressures them so much. Like, it is so much pressure, even from your own friends. Like, why do you feel the need? Of course, I'm not saying everyone does this, but if you know you've been doing this, please stop. Why do you feel the need to pressurize your friend to have kids simply because you had your kids earlier? Like, let people be. Please let people be, guys. That is why most of the times people stop coming to gatherings, family gatherings. They stop, calling you, because they know your conversations are all about, did you finally get a man? When do you plan to have kids? By the way, time is going. You're almost getting to your 30s. You're already in your late 30s. Like, please, I feel some topics are just too personal, and if someone hasn't asked you for your opinion and your advice, please keep it to yourself when it comes to such things, when it comes to health, when it comes to, pregnancy and marriage. Like, some things are just so personal, guys. Maybe in the past you saw someone driving a car and now you see them, on foot. Please don't ask where the car is. Some things are just like, they are just not meant to be asked, right? If you saw a lady pregnant and for some reason the baby is not there, like you don't see the baby in the picture, please, like, don't bring up things. Like, don't bring up conversations that are going to make people uncomfortable. Like, just have some grace within you and extend grace to people and be kind. And honestly, I don't mean to be mean, but I feel like sometimes the people that actually, pressurize women, and not only women anyway, pressurize people in general, because I believe there are also men that society pressurizes to, get married and have kids and all that. Like, I feel that people that actually extend that pressure on others, I don't want to sound rude, but at some point, at a small extent, I feel it comes out of a place of jealousy. And let me explain why. Guys, before you eat me up, let me explain why. If I'm being honest, right? Most of these people that are always, telling you to give birth and get that kid already, and, time is going and stuff, most of them are actually single parents. And I'm not saying this to bash anyone, but that is just the reality of life. Most of them are single parents, and in most times when they are, telling you about their life, they are telling you how the man abandoned them, and they are struggling to raise the kid alone, and she's going through all these hardships, her mental health is suffering, and like, you genuinely see that she's not in a happy place, right? But for some reason, she's pushing you to get kids, like she's pushing you to give birth, right? But then you yourself, you find you gave birth earlier, but the situation you're in, I'm very sure even you yourself, you don't want to be in that situation, right? And why I say most of them are jealous is because you see that this other friend of yours who doesn't have kids, she's actually living her life, she's enjoying her life, probably traveling around the world, can go out anytime she wants, she doesn't have to wake up and prepare a meal even when she doesn't feel like. She doesn't have to wake up worrying about what everyone is going to eat and the kids and all that. Guys, I know kids are a blessing, but let's face the reality. They also come with a lot of responsibility. And if you're not yet there mentally, you're going to break down. Those kids are going to weigh you down. They're going to set you back in life. And guys, I know very many people are going to be very angry at me for saying this, but that is just the reality. If you're not yet mentally ready for kids, please don't have kids. First, set yourself mentally and do it when that time is right. When you yourself, you feel, okay, now I can handle a family, I can manage to raise these kids, because it's even not fair to bring these kids into the world when you're not going to, give them the very best of treatment, when you're not going to give them the best parenthood you can offer, because you're also not yet there mentally, right? Like, don't do it just because this is what society is telling you to do, and time is running out. Oh my god, you come into your 30s, have these kids already. No, please don't. When I tell you these kids are going to weigh you down, they are going to set you back. That is the bitter truth. Like, don't do it if you feel you're not ready. I don't care if all your friends already have kids, if your family members are all ganging up on you and telling you they want grandchildren and stuff. Please don't. Please don't, until you yourself, you feel you're mentally ready for kids and you feel you're going to be a good parent to those kids, right? And I just want to tell you guys, it is okay. It is actually very okay not to live your life like society dictates. It is very okay, because I know society, when it comes to society standards, it's all about going to school, graduating, get your degree, get a job, get married, have kids. Like, that is the perfect life. That is what society has painted out to be the perfect life. But guys, everyone's path is different. If you do things to please society and the people around you, you're going to end up very miserable. I actually know of people that genuinely don't want kids. Like, they genuinely don't want to have children, but for some reason society and people around them make them feel like, oh my god, you're so selfish. Like, how could you say such a thing? Like, they try to change their mind and make them actually have those kids, want to have those kids. And it's like, guys, you're only going to make this person, give birth to kids that they might even resent. Because if someone has told you, I don't want to have kids, why do you feel the need to pressurize them and make them change their mind? They have their reasons why they told you they don't want to have kids. People have their reasons why they actually don't want to have kids, and that is okay, guys. That is okay. Please don't try to guilt trip people and make them feel like they are very selfish and they are bad people for not wanting to have kids. Guys, people have their own reasons. People have let everyone live the life they want to live, as long as they are not hurting anybody, right? As long as they are not hurting you. Like, why are you so troubled? And can I tell you something? There was a time I actually almost gave up into society pressure, if I'm being honest. Like, I remember there was this one time, and I know it's never made it to the internet, but I actually got a proposal. Like, someone actually proposed to me. They wanted us to get married and have kids, and at that time I was very young. I think I was 24 years. Now I'm 27, so that must be like 3 years back, right? Yeah. And honestly, if I had only accepted in that moment, because it looked like the perfect time, and most of the people I was asking, because you're naive at that age and you're trying to seek advice from different people, and everyone was telling me, Lisa, this is the perfect time. Like, get married, have kids, like when you're still young. Like, this is the perfect time for you. And guys, I am just so grateful that I am so grateful that I never took that step. I am grateful that I never gave in, because trust me, if I had actually married that person, if I had settled down with that person, I would actually be divorced now. I would be divorced. And if I had had kids with them, that would make me a single mother, a baby mama, which I honestly, God, listen to my prayer, I honestly don't want to be. And I say that because this person, when I see them now, like, they are just not the person I would want to spend the rest of my life with. And at that time, I feel I was very young, I was easy, I was gullible, I was easy to manipulate, because this was an older person, right? But because society has put this pressure on girls that after school you have to get married and have kids before the biological clock, like before the biological clock catches up with you. Like you find girls actually giving in and getting married even when they don't want to, you know, at that moment, just to please the society, you know, because that is what looks morally acceptable in society. And these girls end up being very miserable. Sometimes these men, you know, have kids with them and they don't even support the kids, you know. That a lady that was beautiful becomes very wary. She's not the same person she was. Like, I wouldn't want that kind of life for any girl out there, because I know it must be very hard and traumatizing. Like, honestly, if you give in to society pressure, you're going to end up miserable. Do things at your own time. Stop letting people get in your ear when it comes to your life. You are the pilot. You are the driver of your life. No one has a right to tell you how to live your life and at what pace you have to go at when it comes to your life. You know what you want. You know, no one knows what you want better than you. You know, not even your parents, not even your sisters. Fine, people can advise you, but you, it is you that knows what you want, right? And it's okay to listen to advice from others, but at the end of the day, make that decision as you. Don't let people around you influence you and make you jump into things that you will regret after. Honestly, trust me, it is better to marry late and have kids late than to marry very quickly and end up miserable and divorced, you know, or in a domestic violent marriage, you know, with a man that doesn't even care for his family, with a man that won't even, you know, like, it is just not worth it, guys. It is just not worth it. Take your time. And especially in this generation, I feel these men don't value family, you know, and women are pressurized to give birth and get married. But the men, like, which men should we, like, before you pressurize women to give birth, talk to the men to actually, you know, want to be fathers to the kids. You know, you put this pressure on women to have babies, but the men they are supposed to have babies with don't even want to be fathers. You know, at the end of the day, the lady is going to have the baby and she is going to struggle raising this kid single-handedly as a single mother, right? And it is these men that make the ladies single mothers, and then after they'll be like, oh, they'll even bash them for being single mothers and baby mamas, just like Offset, you know, was you know, talking about Cardi B, flexing how she's, at the end of the day, she's his baby mama, and you know, he won. Keep in mind, this is a man that married this woman, but he still talks to her this way. That just goes to show you that no one is safe. Like, these men, like, you just have to pray to God for a good man, right? And you have to pray to God, most importantly, for a man that actually wants to be a father, for a man that is going to be in his kids' life before you even have those kids. Be very, guys, ladies, I want you to be very stingy with your womb. Like, just because society says you're running out of time and you need to pop those kids already, doesn't mean you should. Be stingy with your womb until God brings you the right person, until you get that intuition that, okay, I feel it is now safe to have these kids. Don't just have them because everyone is having kids and all your friends are already married and they are having... No. Guys, everyone has their own timing. Don't put yourself on pressure. Things will happen. If you are meant to be a mother in this lifetime, you will definitely be a mother, and no one will take that from you. Anyways, guys, let me stop this video right here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you picked something from it. And I know for most people, like, we may not agree, but please let us keep it respectful in the comments. It is okay to disagree, but let us stay respectful to each other in these comments. I genuinely want to hear from you guys, your opinions on, this whole topic of not wanting to have kids and, being too late and the biological clock. Like, I genuinely want to hear your thoughts on this topic. So please leave me a comment and, let's share, let's discuss further in the comments. Till next time, I love you all. Don't forget to share this video to whoever you think might actually benefit from it. So yeah, till next time, peace and love. I love you all. Bye. Mwah.